Welcome, all internet goers. Good to have you here. Um, Here with the pressing question for you, because I know people watch from around the world. But are you under an illegitimate government? Serious question. Um, a lot more people uh, are familiar with illegitimate governments nowadays. Um, but sometimes you don't know the telltale signs that your government's illegitimate. Like, are you run by a family of crackheads who are corrupt, um, who will lock you up for possessing the same drugs that they use in their family routinely? Like let's say crack or zombie drugs. There's all kinds of evidence of world leaders using the zombie drugs. There was one of these presidents of a very fascistic, war-loving country talking to another fascistic, war-loving country, Israel, and the president was all sprung out on what appeared to be zombie drugs. I forget the president's name. His name was like Robert Peters or something like that, or oh no, that was his alias. I forget his real name. Oh, Joe Biden. Joe Biden, crackhead du jour. Um, well, one of his pseudonyms is Robert Peters. It's like, and this is something that a lot of people have difficulty with. They say if you start saying anything critical of a Democrat, it's like lifting Trump, right? So I got like friends, family who've like debated me on this stuff. They say if I'm critical of this racist crackhead, Strom Thurmond homeboy, he gives eulogies at Grand Cyclops of the Ku Klux Klan. But if I say anything critical of this fucking deranged lunatic, violent scumbag who was for the Iraq War before 9/11 happened, even after 9/11 happened, it was never justified. But he's out for blood, right? But if you say anything about this motherfucker, you're in support of Donald Trump. I do not support any of the Republicrats. They're all in the same boat for me. However, I can easily acknowledge that this motherfucker is worse, right? And the people who think that, like, speaking ill of a Democrat is supporting Trump, who like continue to talk about Donald Trump to this day, like he's still in office. You motherfuckers are going to get Trump reelected. Um, if you can't acknowledge how shitty the Democrats are and how we need an alternative, right? Uh, um, because there's a lot of people who just, if you buy into the false dichotomy. Ooh, this is not even live over here. I forgot to hit live over there. But if you buy into the false dichotomy that you only have two choices, right? And if you believe that you can only vote for Donald Trump or this crackhead Razor, the pedo Peter, and is what he was under in his son's phone. Now we know it's also probably the pedo. I don't know how he got that part. Maybe it was the showers with his daughter. But the Peter, his one of his alias was Robert Peters. Um, and it's just like, yeah, if this is what's running against Donald Trump, and the people who and there's more people who are like, you got to vote for this. If you vote for a third party, it's a vote for Trump, all that shit. Then people are just gonna, like, we're gonna see another Trump. That's why it's just like, I love to see Cornel West. I love to see like people actually coming out for third parties, unabashedly, no qualifiers. No, oh, if you're in a swing state, you vote your conscience. Or if you're in a no, what is it? If you're in a solid blue or a solid red state, you can vote your conscience. If you're in a swing state, you got to suck it up and vote for this Klan member, this fucking racist crackhead Klan member. Um, yeah, got some hair on my tongue. But yeah, so just stop that. If I don't, I hope my viewers aren't those people. But I've encountered them. I thought that they would have like learned their lesson from 2016, 2020. They still can't count above two. Um, but like anybody who defends this shit, uh, yeah, you're cruising for a bruising. And one of the things, the actual solution, I don't think it's just going to be, voting one person in or out of office because, the corruption is just so systematic. Yes, I do think our elections are rigged. Uh, Obviously, that's why, all the energy was for Bernie Sanders. Um, in 2016, 2020. But the Democrats, they have mechanisms of just shutting out any actual opposition to their donors' agendas. And then Bernie obviously was co-opted. That's why I encourage people to like understand how power structures work. That's why I put together a book list. This is also for like a little thing I'm organizing with. But this Mayday 1971, very inspirational book. It was about the largest civil disobedience um, uh, organized event to date in America. And I say to date because I think we can outdo it. And it was inspirational because they had like other events leading up to it. They were all vilified by the news. They made it seem like the people who participated were evil. They had agent provocateur sent in by the FBI and the other intelligence agencies, and their whole point was to discredit the movement. But the movement kept growing. Um, and obviously they cracked down hard. They locked up just about everybody. They were to the point where they were locking up people. If you were just in the streets, you had nothing to do with the protests. Like they still locked you up. But eventually, what they were protesting, primarily the war in Vietnam, uh, it came to an end. We still don't understand. I mean, we didn't lock up the people who were behind it. Obviously, I mean, there was some people in Nixon's cabinet who got locked up. He got free. The major orchestrators, they got free. They continue to write foreign policy to this day. People like Henry Kissinger and whatnot. But yeah, the fire next time. That's a James Baldwin book. I just watched a documentary that was made after he died. The price of the ticket, I believe, and it just reminded me of this powerful book. I was gonna put "I Am Not Your Negro" too, but I was like running out of letters. As you can see, I just started to have to substitute shit. Chaos. This was I did this one right after the May Day 1971, and it was powerful because this was about the CIA and how they were working with, there's all kinds of evidence showing that they were working with the Manson family, Charles Manson, um, and supporting him. Like because he was like he arose from nobody. Now he had all these drugs, acid that he was using to control people. Like he had this understanding. It's like they were doing experiments, and then he was working with these not Smith brothers. They weren't related, but they were both named Smith. It was like David and Roger Smith, connected to the CIA, and they were like covering for him, uh, and also helping to supply him with drugs and opportunities to manipulate people. And he had all this funding, and but yeah, that's what the CIA did. His goals were to discredit the hippie movement. Hippies were all about love and peace. He was not, obviously. Uh, Acid, usually nonviolent drug. and they were also doing experiments with speed, and they understood that when people use speed, amphetamine type drugs, in crowded areas, they're more prone to violence, and that's why you see like a lot of tweakers. They're like just losing their shit, going violent. They understood this shit back in the '60s, right? Charles Manson, his one of his other purposes was to frame the Black Panthers. He wanted to start a race war, and funded by the CIA. CIA hated the Black Panthers, but they loved Charles Manson, right? They showed him all kinds of love and support, uh, but they vilified the Black Panthers to no end, because they were the counter to all of this shit. Um, and A Taste of Power, that was the book. I ended up running into the author, Black Panther, Elaine Brown, and she was just talking about like how got involved in the Black Panthers, their rise and fall. Um, like the egos that went along with it. It was also just a lot of paranoia because they were being tracked by the FBI. They had, she was talking about her interactions with some of the corporations like the Clorox company. They were like, yeah, we're trying to understand how to improve the communities. We're showing love. We got some people in the Haight Ashbury district in the Bay Area, and it was just like the Haight Ashbury. That's where Marilyn Manson was, or Charles Manson was stationed for a few months. Um, is that a coincidence? I don't know. But yeah, Clorox, bleach. We got like this white racist trying to start a race war. I don't know. Was he connected to the Clorox company? Who's to say? But I just saw like a lot of interesting parallels, and it's just like I recommend those books because like their whole purpose was trying to dismantle uh, the same power structure that we're seeing today, led by people like fucking legendary Klansman Robert Peters, aka Joe Biden, who raised multiple crackheads, took showers with his daughter, just a disgusting excuse for a human being. And he's in charge of all this shit. Like he can send billions, hundreds of billions of dollars to Nazis in the Ukraine, but we have like um, train derailments in Ohio, millions of World War One era biological weapons dumped into the water, millions of gallons dumped. He does nothing. Like no regulation of the companies that did it. No one has to pay a price. Um, we don't figure out how to clean the water. We just like send more bombs to Nazis in the Ukraine. Then we have a epic fire in Maui, and like now they're talking about possibly giving $700 to each person who had their house burnt down. Like that's gonna do shit. Even if they did it to everyone whose house burned down, it would still be like less than $1 million. And we just spent hundreds of billions of dollars sending deadly weapons to the Ukrainian Nazis. So it's just we need to bring back Mayday. We need to like just start the largest civil disobedience movement. One of the things I've been on, like I was encouraged to see it echoed in several of the books. But yeah, they were like, yeah, part of this civil disobedience is not paying taxes to this crooked fucking government. The government doesn't serve you. The government serves corporations. The only people who should be paying taxes is the people with hundreds of billions of dollars who get all that money from welfare. Those fucking corporate welfare checks. They need to be taxed out of business. All the corporations, they shouldn't be able to own property. They shouldn't be able to you shouldn't have corporations that have more rights than human beings. Um, this is like it's a disgrace. We live in a corporate supremacist society, right? Now Martin Luther King when he was talking to Harry Belafonte, he said he had this realization that when they were integrating black people into white establishments, You know, the businesses that were so against black people coming in, like they were fighting them. Now we had to like now they were prepared to give us food, be in charge of what goes into our bodies, you know, instead of us having our own shit. Um, but yeah, he said that MLK realized that we were integrating into a burning building. All right, now it's just like we have corporations running everything. Multinational corporations not loyal to any country, not loyal to any soil. They rape, pillage, loot, poison water, poison air, anything that makes more profit. And then like they steal from us, like directly. Like if you choose not to ever go to any of these corporations, like they'll still get your money. They'll take it directly from your taxes because they own your government. Uh, so yeah, we need to bring back those movements. Um, you know, they get what is it? Richmond, North of Richmond became the number one song in the country because people are tired of the corruption, and someone like said it with like a voice that resonated. But I appreciate his diagnosis, but I think we need a solution. That's why I started Revolution the Musical. It's a little harder for me to get that out there. I had scenes put out, but they wouldn't allow me to even mention a guillotine. Not that I'm pro guillotine. I just think guillotine comes into the discussion when we're having an actual democratic process and talking and discussing what to do with the people who ran our society into the dirt. You know, so it's just like the if you actually watch the play, uh, the character I identify with most is anti-guillotine, but you know, it's just like whenever I go to an event, like you know, like a protest type event, you know, the overwhelming majority is pro guillotine. I'm like usually just you know talking to myself when I'm just like, no, I just want to keep them alive to turn their life of poverty into a reality TV show. You know, I want like Bill Gates to have a like a real life Shawshank Redemption style show. You know, like he'll be Tim Robbins in the movie, but he doesn't escape. You know, like there's no getting out. You know, that would be fun, but that requires no guillotine. But you know, uh, I'm all about the discussion. But if you're watching this on Rumble, I did put a link to the Revolution the musical playlist because I think that's the playlist to uh, have the Revolution too. And I'm having an extended playlist. I'll figure out a way to get it out there, but it's like songs. It would have to be. I use a music service. You would have to use the same music service to get it, but you know we'll figure that out. I'm still putting it together. Like um, I'm going to be coordinating with several groups this upcoming quarter. Um, well, yeah, so it's just going to be fun. We're going to um, put the rubber to the road and see how far we can go. Theme music. Pew, pew, pew. Nate, bro, I miss your old videos. Used to have me dying. Well, yeah, that's NatesVlogs.net for you. So let's do this. I feel like I gotta say it all the time. But yeah, these live streams I can't post most of my content on these websites I'm currently streaming on, with the exception of Rumble. That's the only site that hasn't censored me yet. I mean, they're in Odyssey, but yeah, Odyssey has my full back catalog from Netflix. Um, but Rumble, I go through the effort of just cutting the sponsored portion of videos out, so you don't have to worry about me mentioning anything. Um, it's like sponsorship free. Only thing I mention is stuff I create. So you know, like this is the expanding shop. call it. I'm gonna have like a little amendment to it. It's gonna be Rebel Rags. So this is like, I got the Black Panther Party tees. You know, it's taking a while to load. Yeah, so you could do that V-neck, crew neck. Also got the Panther Power. You know, so we got like the different designs over there. But yeah, that's the only ads you'll see on NatesVlogs.net, stuff I create, and all the sponsorship gets cut out the videos by the time it gets uploaded over there. So yeah, you want to see so I got the really old shit. It's the Graduate, made that for the Graduate folks. Diary of a Badass Motherfucker. So you got the Mac Dre, me talking about how I ended up finding out we were related after hating on him for hella years. And I got class project, so it runs the gamut. And then I got multiple pages of different rewinds. So you got the You Got Served, Wrong Turn, Scream, Honey I Shrunk the Kids, Gummy Bears, Winnie the Pooh, all that. It's over there. So check it out. And now it's just like, well, I don't know if you could hear all the stuff going on right now. It's a dog situation. We got like a house full of puppies. I got one dog last year, um, Beastie, very reminiscent of Major. I feel like that's uh, Major's continuation. Major's spirit got into Beastie's body. Beastie, he's a little more rambunctious, but I got him when he was like a puppy. But now, his family's with us. His mom, dad, and one of his brothers. And man, they've been tearing shit up, shitting all in the house, pissing everywhere. They all got to wear diapers now because they can't be trusted. And I just hear them like yipping and crying. I don't know what it is. Sometimes they try to come downstairs to just get up in the mix. I don't like being left alone. But I don't know. We're just gonna make. I'm gonna do some upload some videos of them and the family. Some of the silliness that they participate in. But yeah. And while I'm thinking about it, all right, because I do. If there's anybody who wants employee evaluation, because these, for the most part, I don't know if you could see that. For the most part, most of these just haven't been re-uploaded. Um, so if there's any special requests, any employee evaluation you want to see re-uploaded, yeah, feel free. Yeah. Matter of fact, hold up. Yeah, because some of the stuff, it came back. It's cyclical. Like I discussed it like a decade ago, and now it's like it became an issue again. Like I saw that John Oliver. Maybe I'll do that one next. But yeah, yeah, Rusky business. I don't know. So if you do have a request, I don't know if you're still there, but it's like an older employee evaluation. Yeah, I still have a bunch of them. I can't upload them on the website and Rumble, or you can probably find it over at Odyssey.com/@NatesVlogs if it's not already there. So, if it's not already uploaded on Rumble. And if it's not over there, then shit, I probably just lost it. You know, if you're thinking of something that was on NatesVlogs that you haven't seen since NatesVlogs, it might be gone. Actually, I might have one or two videos that I never uploaded to NatesVlogs because well, I was worried I would get a strike again. You know, but yeah, so especially stuff dealing with violence. But you know, now that I think about it, that's what Rumble is for. Because none of the videos do I glorify violence. I document violence to make fun of it, and well, make fun of people who think it's cool, and just try to shun people. Um, but then again, you know, it's like some of the stuff. Because one of the videos I edited because it was like a chick. She was like bragging about. She had like these chronicles about her talking about being a prostitute. And I made fun of it because it was just like, who thinks this shit is cool? You know, it was like incredibly depressing. But she was also like a kid, basically. She was like probably 19, 20. And this was like a few years ago. So I just like blurred her face out. Because, you know, I like to hope, you know, she woke up and realized what the fuck she was doing. And maybe she doesn't want to be reminded of when she was just that fucking stupid. But yeah, I still didn't upload it yet because it's just you know, I just uh, I was conflicted. I mean, I like you know, I found some of the stuff to be humorous. I mean, I would stand by it because I think what she did was stupid, but it's just like I re-uploaded um an old video with like this chick who was, you know, bragging about fucking rappers, and she was calling a bunch of them broke, and it was just you know, the initial video I posted was like well over 10 years ago. She got deported on some other shit, and I felt bad, you know, because I mean, she was doing some stupid shit, but you know, maybe that's like a part of her life she would just like she's trying to get away from, and I just I was thinking of like doing something like, you know, some kind of a series where I could like reach out, like, did you get your shit together? Do you still think this shit is cool? Do you stand by what you did in this video? Just to you know, see if you know it's still worthy. But then I also think like part of that's just mad depressing. Like if I met the chick who, you know, who had the chronicles, the hooker chronicles, and she's like, nah, I upgraded. Now I'm like a super hoe, or you know, whatever. Got like my kids, I'm teaching them to be hoes. Uh, that would just be like next level depressing. You couldn't find humor in it, or I wouldn't. I would just be like, God damn it, what is society coming to? But I don't know. Well, I'm gonna do something with this stuff. Probably just. I mean, it's already over at Odyssey. I just don't have the heart to upload it to Rumble. But you know, maybe I'll just like take out individual employee evaluations instead of like, because it's usually two or three in a video, and I could just like break it up into single, like shorter videos, and just take out some of those kinds of videos, and just pray to God that they got better, that they that no more hooker chronicles. But you know, and that's also why I got away from uh, doing videos or reviewing videos from World Star Hip Hop. I was just like, that just got mad depressing. And plus, it's, you know, it just really felt like they were trying to uh, vilify hip hop in general, because you know none of it had anything to do with hip hop. I mean, if they did have a hip hop artist on their website, it was garbage. It was like hot garbage. Someone talking about murder, killing, just doing deplorable shit. And then the videos that they showcased usually just were violent, just stank holes fighting, It's just like this is just not a culture that I feel like should be um, showcased. You know, I mean, I showcased it to make fun of it, but it was just I kept getting requests. Like anytime I saw something with a World Star Hip Hop logo, I just knew my heart was gonna hurt from looking at it. And that's I got to the point where people were just sending me nothing but World Star Hip Hop videos. So it's just um, yeah, I had to just break away. I think I made like a video. I might find that video um, that explained the break when I did it. Um, it's like a older employee evaluation. But yeah. Uh, and I was thinking of a book that isn't on there, but they kind of just talked about culture. I need to come up with something more comprehensive. This I would have had more books on there, but I was running out of space and clearly running out of letters. But um, yeah, we're gonna figure that out. Going to trade school and such. Well, get it how you live. What's going to be your trade? Uh, always appreciate those who are trying to further their education. And this upcoming quarter, I'll be in a position to help people. So, um, especially those in the higher education field, I'm going to be um, it's going to be multiple positions actually. One is like a peer counselor, and one I'll have like direct access to resources to help struggling students and whatnot. But yeah, I think that would require you having to go to my particular school. But yeah, that's going to be something I look forward to because I went to like a leadership meeting this summer, and someone who's already in the field was like the showing like the emails from previous students in his program. You know, people who were just like asshole clowns when they were in the program. Then 10 years later, they're like messaging them like after he forgot about them, messaging them to say thank you. I understand what you were trying to tell me now, but it took a while. I had to like go through some shit, and yeah, just that rewarding feeling of like actually helping people improve their situation, being a part of uh, making someone's life better, and also making a living just doing that. That's just kind of ideal, and I'm happy to be a part of the team, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And it's just this is it's gonna be a busy busy fall, but yeah, because I'm also just participating in several other ventures that um, yeah, I'm grateful to even be considered for. So that's gonna be glorious. And well, yeah, I need to fucking get that money right as well. Been accumulating fuckloads of debt, so I'll be able to get from under a lot of the shit, you know. But I'm like noticing this shit is hella dim. I don't know why. Like all my cameras are relatively well lit, and then the one for the Facebook is total shit. All right, so yeah, that's just gonna be what that is. All right. So, um, yeah, I'm going to just pick one of these. This is like mad old. NatesVlogs. Hey YouTube, I have boogie fever and no health insurance, so I'm dying soon. I had a good run, but before. Well, yeah, that that's old. This is like before I even left to SoCal. Oh, knuckin' futs. Uh, uh, uh. Oh shit! This is one that was actually I re-uploaded, and this shit was taken down from TikTok. And I think it was taken off of Instagram. It was taken off of a few places, but it was just me covering. It was a dude. They were teaching the sexual assault classes. Well, they weren't. They didn't call them sexual assault classes. It was what was it? Pickup artist. The pickup artist. It was like these losers teaching other losers who were big enough losers to pay a bunch of losers to show them how to pick up girls. Uh, and I ended up making fun of it. You know, like the people who would do some shit like this. This is just like asinine. It's the saddest shit. It's like they were like just basically just giving recipes for sexual assault, and people were paying them to hear it. They were, these are the people who taught negging and all kinds of shit. I've seen people like people use these fucking tactics on me. It was like one chick, just a pathetic excuse for somebody. Um, Tried to use some of the tactics that they were using on this shit, and I was just like, and then she was like extremely persistent because it was like it wasn't like I just shot her down once or twice. She would try to keep it all nebulous, so it's like it's not like something you could just directly shoot down. And then like when she finally just like came out and like asked me to like come together with her on some shit. I was just like, I was offended. I was like, you've been like insulting me for like months, and it's like, yeah, it's just like this is how show I like you. Like, what kind of shit is this? But this is the kind of shit she was watching. Uh, uh, Hold on, where is it? I was just looking at it. So I'm what the fuck? Pick up. Hold the fuck up. Oh, here we go. Hey, Tim. Congratulations on the good news you got today. I'm proud of you.
Dating coach is now being called the most hated man in the world. That's the question that Time magazine asked. And it largely comes from a video from one of his seminars that emerged online. In it, there are techniques that are considered so bad that they allege on sexual assault. We have the man at the center of this.
And it's just kind of ironic because his brother was a sexual assaulter, and I'm sure he was as well. And CNN producer, his producer was sexually trafficking children because, after Epstein went down, they needed another Epstein. But yeah, it's pot meet kettle.
Controversy. Julian Blanc with us here on New Day.
I keep hearing about this dude. What's the big deal? He sounds like a modern day Hitch. At the end, we all know he's just gonna find love with that one lady who doesn't make movies anymore. Pretty sure the videos can't be that bad.
At least in Tokyo, if you're a white male, you can do what you want.
This is not a good start.
That was like, I got there the first night. He's like, dude, just grab her. I'm like, just grab her, but she's Japanese. Like, hey, grab her. So I'm just like, and I pull her in, and she kind of like laughs and giggles.
Yeah, that's called Stockholm syndrome, when you start to identify with the person who just kidnapped you.
And all you have to say to kind of like take the pressure off is just yell Pikachu or Pokemon or Tamagotchi or something. So
yeah, because nothing will ease the mind of your abductee like yelling random words at him.
Grabbing girls in my open is like head on dick. Head on dick.
Okay, there's no way in hell that's legal, even in Japan.
People are paying you to teach this. I didn't know the thing stopping most guys from raping women is the fact that they didn't know how to do it.
Basically, I teach guys how to gain confidence. You know, most of them socially awkward.
You gotta teach them confidence. If there's one thing I hate to see, it's a rapist with low self-esteem.
It's like you should have, you know, like multiple little excuses you can give her to get her one step closer to your place. And for me at this point here, it's like no matter what a girl throws at me, I know exactly like, okay, I can say this. Okay? I also have like autopilots on hand. Like when I'm pulling, I have like all these little words where I'm like, after party, adventure, now, it makes it better, it makes it sexier. Don't worry about it. Irrelevant, after party, adventure, now.
Seriously, bitch, the gun is loaded. Get in the van. You say you're teaching them confidence, but at best you're teaching them how to be thirsty, and at worst they'll be a little dot on Megan's Law. If someone has that many excuses to not be around you, either her life is falling apart, or she doesn't want to fuck you and you're terrifying her. Confident motherfuckers move on. I'm not gonna fuck somebody who's on the fence about fucking me. If I got some half-hearted badge, I wouldn't feel like a man. If you're gonna fuck me, the pussy better come with some elbow grease, cause you better work it, girl. You better work. Now, you I thought it'd be a little too unfair if I just assumed all of the people who go to the seminars are just creeps and weirdos without even talking to one of them. So I went to Julian's Facebook page and I found someone who had nothing but good things to say about the seminar. His name is Bill from New York. Hey, Bill.
Hey.
Now, Bill, I'll try to keep this quick since it seems like you're getting ready to go out. But just going off of what I've seen from the seminars, it appears that all of the people who are paying to go into the seminars are a bunch of creepers. You really feel like you gained anything by paying this dude? No, I wouldn't. Is this like one of the things you were taught? You saying Julian helped build your confidence, or are you just saying that you would fuck yourself? Bill, I hear it's freezing in New York, so why are you wearing a kimono with life-size mannequins? What are you pulling out for? Oh my god. Okay, dude, you're not seducing me. This is just weird. Okay, you're fired as well as that other motherfucker. And I hope both of y'all go to jail. I have big burly motherfuckers using those exact tactics on y'all. YouTube, in my last employee evaluation, I asked you guys, how do you know?
Yeah, so yeah, that was, you know, some people were like, oh, were the older videos, this shit was taken down. I mean, as you can see, it's not like I condone anything they did. Made fun of them for being just losers. But yeah, the social media sites that you're watching me through currently, except for the Rumble viewers, they take this shit down. So it's just like I don't even want to fuck with it. So that's why I only come on here to let y'all know NatesVlogs.net is where y'all should go. Where the fuck is
someone's foolish.
NatesVlogs.net. So, cause the video's over. I mean, I had to upload it here somewhere. Evaluation page 3. Yeah. So. Oh my goodness! And I put this. I gotta edit. Catalog that. But yeah, NatesVlogs.net. And I'll just let that be the smell you later, because I do got other obligations. I'm starting to get a little hungry. If only talent equals money. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, right now it's just like, you know, it's really boot kissing. That's one of the things. Like the book I'm working on right now, Black Against Empire. They had like this section about, you know, the Black Panthers. They were vehemently against the bootlickers. You know, like the black representatives of that were put on pedestals by the media, that really just serve power. You know, people like well, I mean, some of the people they were against, like Eldridge Cleaver had issues with James Baldwin, but I love James Baldwin. That's why his book is on there. But but it's just like certain types. Like what you call it, Booker T. Washington. He wasn't around, but you know he was like one of those bootlicker types that the Black Panthers were describing. Like his whole position was to um, just tell black people to be okay with settling for less. Don't you know? Don't piss the oppressors off, and yeah, uh, um, but yeah, the bootlickers are the ones who get elevated. The bootlickers are the ones you see on the front page of YouTube. Uh, Bootlickers, the algorithms love them. Um, I'm definitely not on that team, but you know, history shows my position to be the right one. Obviously, um, sometimes you got to take a stand. I remember when, I mean, I just did a video yesterday talking about the censorship tactics, you know, around like World Health Organization. Um, they silenced anybody who took my position, which was the factual one of questioning deadly medical procedures. Um, and then you know now they got more power. They expanded it so it's not just you can't just question um, COVID and the vaccines. You can't question anything that they say around anything because it's like you're a threat to the internet. So that's why they're just silencing anybody. And the bootlickers, the people who toe that line, are just garbage. And but they're gonna exceed or excel on social media sites like YouTube. And it's just like you know, it's just kind of disgusting. But you know, that's just the way it works. That's why also why it's just like I mean, I've you know after losing four channels last year, or you know 3 channels last year, four channels in total on YouTube. I was conflicted. I was thinking like, should I start another channel, upload my back catalog, and just risk being taken down again? Just you know, just so I could have like a platform. And I'm like, I don't want. I don't want any fucking of my content on YouTube. They're just gonna go without it. Um, and eventually, people are just gonna leave YouTube. And alternative sites, Rumble, it's like it's growing, skyrocketing in growth. People are leaving YouTube, record numbers. Um, I mean, some of them they have no choice; they're just getting booted off of YouTube. But the people who remain, it's gonna be the same as TV was when people went to the internet to get away from TV. Um, the once we have infrastructure that celebrates truth tellers, that celebrates you know alternative points of view, it's going to be the right conditions for me to excel again, exceed in all the things that I was exceeding in prior to the government stepping in and shutting down my channel. So just looking forward to that, and it's about time. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm happy to be in the position I'm in to you know be able to transition off of social media and still find fulfilling position where I'm just transferring all of the skills that I acquired and using it to help other people who are in a precarious situation similar to my own. So, well, and as that unfolds, I'm going to have more info for you. And as I get, as I make my directorial debut uh, in the theatrical uh, field, I'm going to also bring that to you guys. I would have brought the play that I wrote online. I got it filmed, but it was just so horrible. I had no say in anything outside of what I wrote. Even the stuff I wrote, it was I had to like rewrite it for the director because you know it could, like I said, I couldn't even mention guillotine. couldn't mention a lot of the shit. So by the time I rewrote it, it was something different. By the time someone else directed it, they totally fucked it. The actors, oh, it was, I wouldn't have went with that direction. They didn't identify with the character. They did not like. I didn't have any. I would have loved it if I, even if I just got to play in it, that would have been a different beast. But it was just, by the time it made it on stage, it was garbage. But by the time I direct it, I'm gonna film it, and that's gonna be like something I'll probably bring in the form of a series. You know, break it up into shorter videos and share it with y'all. But yeah, that's hopefully that's gonna be this quarter or winter quarter. So, but yeah, as that comes, you know, I'll let you know. Damn, bro, I miss your old vids. Your new ones on the website are good too. Keep going. Well, yeah, I appreciate that, but the videos on the website are old videos. That's what I was like kind of showcasing. Most of these are old, so I even got the oldest of the old. This is the first rewind, He-Man. But if rewinds aren't your thing, we also got uh we got the OGs before I even had employee evaluations. Well, this was yeah, this was before employee evaluations. Diary of a Banff. That's when I was still in the Bay Area. Yeah, so I got the super old, got some super news, but yeah, it's variety. And I was just explaining why I don't have more employee evaluations over there. I mean, because some of them I'm conflicted with uploading, but some of them it's just like I tried to upload it, if shit was taken down, and I don't, you know, I'm just, well, I mean, you would have to go to odyssey.com/@NatesVlogs, and you can find a lot of that stuff over there. But yeah, um, check out the website. I will be uploading some more old stuff today. So yeah, all of these, pretty much all these employee evaluations haven't been re-uploaded. So I'm gonna find one or two and upload tonight, and work on some.
NatesVlogs. Hey YouTube. Theme music.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on some
My
of
house
the
is
new
kind of
ones.
messy today, but I can assure you it has nothing to do with me going through this newspaper and finding out about some maids who also happen to be exotic dancer.
Oh yeah, and this was like my first employee evaluation to crack 1 million views, which was like a big fucking deal. Um, yeah, because it was I was very unsure of if I should be investing too much time in my NatesVlogs channel. But then I also got the TV show. That's when I started like doing more videos. But I still thought my MyPix channel was my main channel because I had like multiple, like still to this. I mean, until my channels went down, my most viewed videos were still on my MyPix channel. But then I started getting the millions of views on my employee evaluations. That was kind of like a sign for me to, you know, just make this my primary. And that's when this is around the time I just completely started neglecting my MyPix channel, my first channel. Some people weren't around for the MyPix era. You know, most people only discovered me through either employee evaluations or rewinds. They didn't realize that I was doing way more shit before that happened. I was around for several years before I came up with those series. So, but yeah, this was like one of the first ones to hit 1 million views. And I think it had something to do with the title because it was strippers and groupies, and people were expecting like some naked chicks or something. A lot of just thirsty people, and Yeah, if you haven't seen the video, matter of fact, I'll let you discover the surprise.
That will quote, fluff my ottoman for hours. Actually, YouTube, it has everything to do with this ad. I'm normally very anal, and no, I will not say no homo to that. The no homo is implied by me not being gay. I never got the no homo thing. If a man gives another man a compliment, he has to say no homo. If you gave me a compliment, I wouldn't think it was gay unless you said, that's a nice shirt. And I mean that in the gayest way possible. And if a gay person compliments someone of the opposite sex, do they have to say no hetero? I don't get it. See, it's complicated. That must be them. Hey, don't judge me. I'm trying to set the mood while they fluff my ottoman. What's up? My name Adam P. Hashead. Brother, I seriously think you have the wrong house. The other four in the back. Get ready for me. I'm impatient. How about you take your impatient ass outside? So you gonna start humping my furniture now? Listen, I really don't appreciate what you're doing to my furniture. I'm gonna have to ask you to stop doing that. What's up? This your boy? Brother, I don't want you in here either. I'm about to show you what I got. I'd like it if you took what you got outside of my house, because it's not welcome in here. Oh, so you just gonna start humping my ottoman too? This shit is openly disrespectful. So you gotta take your shirt off, huh? Then you gonna throw that shit on the floor. Nigga, if you don't put a shirt back on, I'm gonna start beating your ass. Well, hi, man. Alright, you the third motherfucker to walk in here, and you ain't carrying no cleaning supplies. I don't know what kind of maid service you guys are starting, but this shit is not right. No part of what you are doing is okay. I did not sign up for this shit. All of you are fired. Now get the fuck out. Next step to be evaluated, Sandra London. Now, Sandra is a serial killer groupie.
You know when you're a little kid, they always tell you the boogeyman's gonna get you? And you're supposed to be scared? I always had a fantasy or a dream that the boogeyman came. And he's like riding on this black stallion. And he comes to my window. And he comes to get me. And I jump on the horse with him. And like I wrap my arms around his waist. And I get up under his cape and fly away.
She also gives the boogeyman nightmares. She also might be a dude.
One night, we were out in his front yard, and he pointed out the window of a house 2 doors down, and he told me about the girl that lived there. He said that she would undress in the window at him and flaunt her body at him.
This is the guy that she's talking about. I refuse to believe any woman would willingly show him her boobs. Call me whatever you want to call me. Cynical, a hater, but men with glasses that thick don't get any action. That is a fact. The only woman that would have sex with this guy without a knife to her throat is you. And even that's questionable. Because I'm not sure if you're a woman.
As a man, he made me feel like a woman.
I think she just admitted to being a dude. Now, Sandra, unlike these other people, I'm not going to say you give me the creeps because you like serial killers. Because I'm guilty of the same thing. I love Dexter. That show is awesome. You give me the creeps because you look like McFoley. That's kind of disturbing.
Please, the court. Could I address the court? Sure. Say that.
Whoa, something's going on. Well, anyway, yeah, that there you go. The old employee evaluations. So we're just going to end on that note. Because I know most people just don't understand the concept of these lives. It's not the same as an employee evaluation. It's more to say, go over here. I will be posting some new employee evaluations. It's yeah, that is something that I've been getting away from because I've been running into so many complications with it. But yeah, some people are going to get fired. I just made some new pins. Didn't bring them, but yeah. Well, right now I'm in the process of trying to fire a few public officials. So I was organizing with Shama and Workers Strike Back to try to bring rent control to the area. And it was shot down by a bunch of Democrats who are supposedly better than Republicans, but they always side with corporations. I think corporations shouldn't be able to own property. But anyways, the city council was packed with people who were just like, in danger of losing their housing, and nobody showed up except for Shama Swan. Everybody else, like all of the city council members, like they zoomed in and they just showed up to on the Zoom to shoot down rent control. So right now I just made up a bunch of pins. So the next time they actually have an event, I want to bring it to them in person and do an employee evaluation of their performance. So that's gonna be fun, silly willy. I'm also gonna be doing some other employee evaluations. Some of the just more ridiculous shit that I've seen just getting out of hand. And maybe it's just because I haven't been doing my job and firing these motherfuckers. So there will be new employee evaluations, old employee evaluations, but those are going to be on NatesVlogs.net. And yeah, and it's also going to be new rewindings on NatesVlogs.net. So if you want to see the new old videos, you definitely got to go over there. That's just the way it is. All right. So, but thank you guys for showing up. I didn't realize I was on so long. I'm surprised Instagram didn't shut down yet. Usually they cut off after an hour. But it was good having you guys. Toodles. Remember to be good to each other. Hasta la pasta.